Rivka Hunig was born in Munkac when the city was part of Czechoslovakia, which was later annexed to Hungary. Rivka's family was a secular one, yet the house was kosher, and her father, Aryeh Layush, went to the synagogue every holiday, taking a taxi with his wife, Tzila, and the 5 kids. In addition, they had Kiddush every Friday evening before Shabbat or holiday dinner. Rivka's parents fasted on Yom Kippur, and sometimes the kids too. Passover was celebrated at home, when always the young boy in the family asked the kushiyot. For living, Father Layush was food commerce wholesaler. He had some stores at the local train station and the city. When Aaron, the firstborn boy, finished his high school, he joined the business. The family did not have a car, but Aaron took driver lessons secretly. For transportation, they walked and sometimes used bicycle, though Father Layush did not allow Rivka to do so, fearing that she might get hurt. At home, they lived in a 3-room apartment. One was the parents' room, all the boys in the second room, and Rivka, being the only girl, she slept at the living room. All Hunig kids were playing musical instruments. Rivka played mandolin and mandola, so did Aaron. Itzu played guitar, and Nati, who was the family's most brilliant musician, played the violin. The Hunig family kids studied music at school. They played as a group or in a school orchestra, on school ceremonies, and they were invited as professional musicians to give concerts on special occasions at other schools around and at the Munkac Theater. But mostly they loved to play to their father, who was very, very fond of it. Rivka's mother was from Host, a village about an hour drive from Munkac. Every vacation, on the first day, she and her 4 brothers, Aaron Bela, Yitzhak Itzu, Nathan Nati, and Michael Miki, traveled by train to Host to visit Grandpa and Tzila's 4 brothers, the uncles, and the 2 married sisters, the aunts. The kids' mission was to use the trip to gain weight, but they always failed, as they wasted huge amounts of energies going wild. Rivka and her 4 brothers went to the Hebrew school in town, where the spoken and the teaching language from class 1 to class 12 in all subjects was Hebrew. The school headmaster was Chaim Kugel, that was a Czech parliament member, and afterwards he was the Cholon's first mayor. His wife, whose name was Rivka too, was a good friend of our Rivka for many years later in Cholon. Going back to the Hebrew school in Munkac, a big map of Eretz Israel was hung in each class. The teachers were Polish Jews. Apart from Hebrew, the pupils studied Czech and English, while the mother tongue was Hungarian. Yet, they were not allowed using it, and who violated this rule had a penalty to make an immediate contribution to the class Keren Kayemet box. School finished normally at 2:00 p.m. Then the kids went home to their homework. Unfortunately, Rivka wasn't able to finish her studies because during the war, the Hungarians closed the school and turned it to be a local one. School wasn't only an educational institute where the kids studied, but it was a center for social activities, all social activities, as the society was very unified. All Rivka's friends were her schoolmates who met daily at each other's houses. In addition, school society was the core for Rivka Youth Movement Group in HaShomer HaTzahir. They used to meet twice a week, girls and boys, speak about Eretz Israel, and sing Hebrew songs. Rivka, as the other kids, had no local Gentile friends. Interrelation between genders, which means boys and girls, were not common. So when her big brother Aaron had a girlfriend, called of course Rivka, he was shy to bring her home. Yet at home, making Aliyah to Eretz Israel was not an issue. The kids were very eager to do so, but the parents didn't want, as they scared the new place and the language. Both of them did not speak Hebrew and were mad when the kids used it to make secret from them. And then the Second World War broke out. The Jewish community in Munkach was locked in a ghetto and sent to Auschwitz extermination camp in the summer of 1944. There, Rivka lost her parents and a young brother, Miki. Being young and strong, she survived the horror. Going back to Munkach, when the war ended, she found none of her family members. Her big brother Aaron perished in Russia. Itzu and Nati were lucky to be on the Brandt-Kastner survival train that evacuated about 1,700 people, taking them from Budapest to Bergen-Belsen and later on to Switzerland. Rivka had no clue about what happened to them, so she made a deal with the Jewish agency people in Bratislava, Slovakia, where she stayed with her relatives. They will look for her brothers, while she'll be teaching Hebrew young Jewish orphans who survived the Holocaust and were prepared to immigrate to Israel. When Itzu and Nati were found in Israel, she immediately made an Aliyah too. Rivka spent some time in the British detention camp in Aklit, next to Haifa, and then located herself in Holon, where she was introduced to Ari Spiegel, got married to him in 1948, and built her new home and family there. Rivka gave birth to two boys, Yossi and Uri, who unfortunately died of cancer at the age of 32. The Spiegels live today in senior living accommodation in Kfar Saba, next to Yossi's family. They enjoy their 6 grandkids and 4 great-grandkids. The 5th one is expected during the coming May. Rivka is about to celebrate her 90th birthday, surrounded by large, warm, supporting family. We wish her all the best, at least up to 120 years.